some reason this thing didn't come with the S-hose and the new sock on it, but it's even got a new pigtail. Would you look at that? But like I said earlier, really it's just it might be a little bit bigger than stock, I don't know, but it's not much bigger. It's really just like a bump up from stock. I don't have any power mods, but that's okay. The new alternator should help with this if it draws more amperage or whatever, but I'm gonna go get this thing jacked up real quick and then we'll go from there. So I got the car up, and first things first, I kind of gotta loosen up the filler neck so I can move it around. But I did some poking under the car and we got a slight issue. I think I'm gonna show you what I'm dealing with, but this might change the course of what happens here tonight. It's currently 10 o'clock at night, and I'm gonna try getting this car done tonight, and I'd like to be on the road by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. We'll see. That's a big ask, I feel like, right now. So let me show you what I'm dealing with right now. I got this master disconnect set right here, and this is step number one that I'm going to do right now, because if you look under the car here at this line right here, it's hard to see. I should get a light under here. There we go. So under here you have this line right here, which goes to your fuel filter, and that's your pressure line. And then you have your return line. And it's hard to see, but it's basically up against the exhaust pipe. And the exhaust pipe has like melted it. So that's like a big mistake on my part, and that could have been disastrous, number one, but well, and it's probably not helping how it runs. But anyways, so the point of all this is I have to get in there with a quick disconnect and see if I can get that disconnect whatever compressed and get it off of there, because if not, well, I don't know what's gonna happen. I think I should be able to get this tank dropped and the fuel pump out without even disconnecting these lines, because they're kind of there's a lot of slack. They're not actually, you know what, I might not even mess with these because there's a lot of slack going on with these lines, and I'm not even dropping them this far. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I have my impact ready and I got my jack, and I'm just gonna put the jack up and undo the straps, and we're gonna see how she do. I'm gonna try and I gotta get the filler neck out of the fuel tank, and I'm gonna try and get it to a point where I can get the fuel pump out and everything without having to disconnect some of those lines, like the return line and then the vapor line and the main line. So we'll see how this goes. Got the tank down. The tank's kind of just chilling right here on the jack. I found a little rat's nest up there, but I have the filler neck off, and now all I'm trying to do is get this vapor line off, because the main and the return line right here have a lot of slack. So I think I can work with those, but this vapor line is tighter, so I'm just trying to get that off right about now. fuel pump's finally out. Everything's out, and it looks like it should be pretty straightforward. The one thing I noticed is, and I don't know if this was from me trying to get it out, but the sock was missing from the bottom of the fuel pump. However though, I don't know if any of this has ever been replaced, but I'm pretty sure it is factory because it even says Ford on the fuel pump. But if this stuff is all the stuff that was sitting in there for 30 years, this is some good looking stuff. Like, it doesn't look like, I don't know. Granted, I drive this car a lot, but like, and so it's always getting cleaned out, but it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look, you know, crusty. It doesn't look 30 years old. It really only looks like, I've never really taken a fuel pump out, so I don't know what it looks like. This could be typical for a 30-year-old vehicle. I don't know. I've seen cars sit in storage a while that look crappy, but this don't look bad at all. I'm glad I didn't get a new hanger because this ain't bad. But yeah, who knows? I'm gonna poke around in the hole with a flashlight and see if I can find the sock and pull the old sock out, because it's not a huge deal, but I'd rather not have it like floating around in there. But first I'm gonna try getting this new fuel pump on and seeing what I can do. All right, so here's a quick visual of the pumps right next to each other. This is your factory Ford unit on your left here, and this is the upgrade one. You can see the tail's a little bit longer. The one thing I noticed is this has like separate terminals with the hookups, whereas this has the terminals like right next to each other, and it comes with this like new pigtail. I'd rather not have to like wire this in, but I'm gonna go ahead and wire it anyways because these new terminals are really close together and I don't want these two shorten out. So I'm gonna go ahead and use like the proper connector and just splice it and wire it in. It came with these two new S hoses, which I thought was a little odd. I don't know why it came with two of them, but I'm gonna try to actually use the hose that I got because it's like a Gates hose and it's nice. I'm sure these are nice, but I don't know. The Gates hose, while it's not pre-bent in an S shape, I kind of would rather use that one, but we'll see which one fits better. It's got, ooh, it even comes with a new rubber gasket and everything. This thing came with everything, really. No complaints here. This is nice. This is nice. So, alright, I'm gonna go get this wired up and slap the new one in the car, and Bob's your uncle.